What? What's
Is
up?
that Bradley Garland?
Hello.
Is that
Let's do
Sam
our
Hussein?
let's do our call signs. Yo, what up? It's Zach. Yeah, I got a big burly chest, but you know what's inside of it? A heart of gold. What's
All
your
right.
guys' taglines?
So ceiling fans, do you guys
I got mine going right now.
Is that your
what
topic?
what yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. What setting do you guys run them on? Low,
Who?
medium, or
Uh,
high?
Mine goes from 1 to 4. I always put it on 2. I feel like 2 is a
Four.
happy
I'm a
medium.
two guy.
I'm
Medium, low,
I'm a
medium.
I'm a full speed guy all the time.
Full speed.
Full speed all the time?
Yeah, if it's on, it's full speed.
That's like
Actually,
What if it's
Chinese
just
water
like a
torture.
little bit hot?
are you guys ceiling fans on with blankets at
Yeah,
night?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
easily. No question about that.
I want a
I try
cold
to
I
not
want a
use my
cold
ceiling
room.
fan.
Oh, you try to not use it.
And if I'm doing it on the second to lowest setting. Well, also
Okay.
my ceiling fan has 5 settings, and so I have to like turn on, click, 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 and then another click, and then I could give it another click, and it would still be on, but I don't want it that low because it's just like it's not even doing anything on the lowest setting. Why do they even make the lowest setting of a ceiling fan? It doesn't do shit.
Aerate, it creates you got like a lingering aroma in the room, kind
Like
of
a fart.
circulate. Yeah, you want to circulate the air, get some new air going in there. So maybe
Just as
something like,
slowly as possible.
yeah,
Disperse
it's
the
kind of
air as slowly as possible, please.
It just kind of moves it around the room, mixes it up with all the other air,
moves
avoid
my
touching
fart
every particle.
into the atmosphere. Speaking of particles, I do have something I want to talk about. Mud check. What are we all sipping on?
Oh, it's episode
I've
5.
got my sippy cup.
Damn
Water.
right. Damn
Dude,
right.
we all have black water bottles like secret agents.
Mine
Oh
has a
Yes,
yeah.
Costa Rica sticker on it.
Quinn, where's yours?
TR.
mine got stolen on the boat.
Oh no.
Yeah,
On what boat?
What boat?
the submarine I was on.
Oh, they call them
You want to?
boats.
Oh, like in the
Boats.
like
In
a
the Navy.
while. Oh, okay, I see. Damn.
Yeah, I had a black hydro flask with Odd Future stickers on it, and some jackass took it.
You made that story so much more boring than it actually was. You're like, my water bottle got stolen on a boat, and we said, what boat? And you said the submarine I served on.
You guys already knew I was on a submarine.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
but for the
listeners don't.
audience.
Oh, I mean, it was a boring story. Someone took my water bottle.
It's not boring.
You were on a submarine.
You had missiles right next to you when it happened.
Yeah, and I should have shot them at whoever took my
Yeah,
fucking hydro flask.
exactly.
You're out. You can say that now.
This is true.
Is that
But
grounds to shoot that guy?
You're the lawyer.
It had odd future stickers on it, Sam.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Martial law's its own beast.
I just remember, due to
Who's
legal reasons,
Marshall?
show firearms on the camera.
Oh
The
yeah,
guy from
don't.
How I Met Your Mother?
Say
He's a
what?
lawyer.
Oh, I'll be right back. Speaking of being right back, what the hell is up, Mudders? Welcome back to episode 5, Mud Check Podcast. We are your hosts, Zach, Bradley, Sam, Q. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about. So we already got ceiling fans knocked out off the list.
That was a good cold open, I thought.
That was a good cold open.
Which cold is what you are if you use the ceiling fan like Bradley.
How I like to sleep. Cuddle up in my blankets. The big old man next to me.
What's the
My
thread count for sheets?
Ooh.
What? I missed that.
What What's the thread count of your sheets?
I don't know.
Broke
Yeah,
broke
I've got
answer.
no idea.
Broke
I got
answer.
my grandma made me a quilt.
Oh,
That's
I bought
bad.
mine from Target.
so I used to have a 700 thread count sheet, and then I had to get new sheets recently. And okay, the best place to get sheets is from Sam's Club or Costco, guys.
That guy.
That is one of the best things to buy there. And I had the 700 hotel quality top with my last thing, and then I went back to get new sheets, and I went a step down because I just thought I didn't deserve that anymore. So I went to 500. I'm on the 500 thread count
Yeah.
sheets.
You got to
Um,
grind all the way back up to 700.
You
I
drifting.
may earn it back one day, but not now. Now, no. I will sleep uneasy until I
Yeah.
am able to afford 700 thread count sheets again.
And
The
you know,
700
that's what your
repair.
20s are for.
Hmm. Upping your thread count. What about you, Quentin?
I have no idea. I got them at Kohl's, so
Mm.
probably like did they come in the 50s? I'm gonna say five. I'll say 450. I'm not trying to sleep too comfortably. I gotta wake up.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what it means when it says thread count.
I don't either. What is
Yeah,
There's
I
thread count?
assume the higher number's better and like more comfortable,
well,
but
yeah,
I've
but
got
like
zero
there's
idea
there's
what
seven
that
there's
means.
700 threads in the entire sheet. Is that what that
Like,
means? Only 700. I would assume there's like all of them are gonna have more than that.
I think the
better get
threads
some.
are pretty long.
700 just does not seem like a lot of threads to me.
I don't know if it is that many. I know it's like higher, but like I know like there's like ones that go up to like crazy amount. Like but I mean maybe the crazy amount isn't that much in the way that you're thinking about it. It's like maybe 1500 or something.
Maybe it's the like a score quality. Maybe there's sheet count because I'm saying if you have different size sheets, you know, you have a queen, you have a king. They can both be 700 thread count, but obviously you're going to need more thread for the bigger sheets. So it might be a quality thing? Question mark.
I don't know.
Can you
It
have
is
one?
perplexing.
What's
Hmm?
this?
Can you have
One thread.
one?
One.
One thread. I mean,
Let's get from
Yeah.
one to
So a
I
very
think you
big
probably
thread,
could.
I think.
I don't know what it is. It's an interesting question. I don't know the answer to, but I
Is
know
there
that
like
you're
a
thinking about
universal
it wrong.
size to threads?
I don't think it has to do with the size.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, could you just have a sheet that was just like one giant thread?
Isn't that just like
uh,
a cowhide or like what was that like? What could
snakes.
that even be?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Bradley sleeps on cowhide sheets.
Sleep on leather.
I got a
Pinnacle
fun
of truth.
fact for you guys.
Let's hear it.
You might have already heard this, but did you know that sharks are older than trees
Did not know that.
Did not know
in
that.
terms of like existing?
I feel like I might have heard that somewhere.
So what does that mean when we're okay, so we're accepting of trees and yet from sharks we run? Meanwhile, sharks have been here longer. This is more, they have more ownership over this planet than trees, who are oftentimes thought of as the most like natural, holistic specimen. And
Do they
sharks are
have
characterized
hormones?
as disgusting murderers, and I'm starting to get pissed off about it. I'm processing the movie Jaws. We talked about it way too much last week, and it it depicts sharks in such an evil, horrific manner.
Hey,
Thank you for taking a stand.
group beats Jaws by this much.
Oh, that would be a good fight, Groot versus Jaws.
Group versus Jaws. Ooh, that would. Shit.
I
What's
think
your
Groot would
microphone
win.
say?
Road.
Is that the brand?
Yeah, it's what I did to your grandpa last night.
This is David Buster's brand.
I got mine.
Zach, my dad likes your microphone, by the way.
Does he? Good. Thank you.
Yeah. He said your decision was very justified to get the additional piece.
Once I showed the difference of what I would be working with otherwise,
Yeah. I like that the comments to our YouTube videos is just your guys' parents.
Yeah, Sam, you need to get your parents watching our stuff. We need to hear.
My parents don't give a shit, dude. I wish my dad would listen to my podcast.
I keep getting followed on Instagram by Zach's older family members.
It's that podcast fame.
Shout out,
Look at me.
shout out, Susan.
I don't know who that is.
You got it. Oh wait, Susan's my grandma. Wait, you have a Susan?
Oh, I thought it said. Oh,
She
I
followed
just.
me too, and so I think we
Oh,
followed each
oh,
other as
that's
well.
why. That's
Yeah.
why. Okay.
Shout out to Susan. I know you're watching.
Shout out Susan.
Shout out,
Thank you
Susan.
for raising this beautiful man. Thank you for blessing him with all your wisdom. You are a one of a kind person, and so is he.
U.S. Navy veteran.
I don't actually know if it's my grandma.
Amen.
Is her tags? Well, I'm gonna dox her real quick. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that to my grandma.
Can you
She's
bleep
gonna
out parts of the
hit up
podcast,
so
Zach?
much. Wait, what'd you say, Sam? Sorry.
Can you bleep out parts of the podcast?
Yeah. Do you want me to?
Bleep.
We can't have our many listeners berating Susan's Instagram because I know they would.
If it's the Susan I know, I'm gonna say thank you on her behalf. Um, so what's the deal with airline food?
I don't know. Zach
Me,
and I are going to find out in a few weeks.
Bradley's sitting right in front of me, guys. What sort of prank should I pull on him? Just sitting in the
Take his
airplane seat.
chair.
I'm going to be
Take
ripping
his
ass
chair.
the entire flight.
Don't. That would affect way more people than just me. That's rude. What is the deal with airplane food? It's actually been fairly good.
Yeah,
Can we
I
talk
don't think
about
I've
that?
I had
ever
a
been
great pack
upset
of
by an airplane meal.
Dijon mustard flavored pretzels on my plane ride last week.
That sounds good.
Boy, do I love
Shout out
mustard.
to Alaska Airlines.
I've never gotten food from the airline. Well, besides the pretzels and Biscoff cookies, I've never gotten food from an airline.
It's happened for me a couple times. They come in like school lunch trays, but even more like from like 2001: Space Odyssey. You feel like the pilots who ate the baby food a little bit.
Oh,
Um, but you know what? They know how to heat up some trays of food on those damn planes,
Amen.
amen.
And I'm not expecting much when I'm 30,000 feet in the air either.
right?
So
I
the
just need
fact
a little something.
the fact that there's anything that's like hot is impressive to me. I will put it in my mouth.
Have you guys ever heard of this subreddit called r/ant colony?
No,
No,
sir.
I came across
I have
this.
not.
Okay, check it out at home, listeners. There's this awesome subreddit called r/ant colony where all the posts are from the perspective of ants who live in a colony. And this one just says hungry. There's another one that says brewing potion, and they're all like spaced out. They're all like spaced out, super funny. Like an ant is saying it. Yeah, tap in, guys. Somebody just said gurgling sound from pot.
Ant
The top
853 told me a bad joke. Follow up post: the Queen hasn't had enough to eat lately. We must feed her Ant 853.
one of the top posts of all time is just this picture of his ant. Oh, it's not focusing.
Oh, there it is.
And it says time to get funky. I sent
So we,
Bradley a pretty funny Reddit comment that I saw today on r on r/ask men advice. Yeah, check this one out as well, guys. There's some hitters on there, and there's this guy replying to somebody else about rejection. When you like think that you have something with somebody, and he's like, "Yeah, I was dating this girl like." I was in my 50s and she was like 46, and we were dating, and like I told her like 6 months into dating that I was thinking I was starting to fall for her.
No, it wasn't even
And
that. He said I could see it being easy for me to fall for you.
6 months into dating this person?
yeah, and he's 50.
As a 50-year-old man,
Yeah.
he said I could see how it would be easy for me to fall for you.
Yeah. And then like somebody comments underneath that and they're like, hey man, like sorry to hear that, sounds like you were, based on the other parts of the comment, like a nice guy. And he then responds like he literally responds with a Jar Jar Binks impression. Misa know how hard it is. Like, thanks for saying. And I was like,
Like, just typing that out.
Yes.
yes, yes, literally
Jesus
typed out Misa
Christ.
think. And I was just like, God damn, if that doesn't answer the question that you have of your own in the comment directly above it, like, oh my God, it was so
We
funny.
gotta we gotta
Outrageous.
put that guy down.
How often do you
Unaware
think he
shit
whips
like
it out?
that, unaware shit like that that's like written out fully, like, and they don't see the glaring thing there is so funny to me. Yeah, I've been on Reddit, guys.
Quinn, you look like you want to say something.
Oh no, I mean, I don't know. We should join the R Ant colony.
We
Up
should
in
make
there.
an official mud check Reddit account that
Yeah.
we all have to take turns on mandatory posting and commenting, like it's a job, because I think r/ant colony could be one of the things that we do. Um,
Might check AMA.
Mud check anime. We should become Reddit moderators as a conglomerate.
R/mud check.
Mods.
Slash mud check.
Actually, I'm gonna make that. That would be fun. We could post hella shit in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Would like to want to say something. You guys ever seen the movie SLC Punk?
Why,
oh,
yes, I have.
that's a good
I
question,
have.
Quentin. Yes, I have. In fact, we
Oh,
had all never seen it until this week.
woo!
I saw it like 3 hours ago.
I think actually all of
Same
us did the
here.
same thing.
Yeah.
We watched it on today.
We've been talking about this for 2 weeks, and all of us waited until an
The
hour before
last
to watch
minute.
it.
Now you know why Zach and I had the high school GPAs we did.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did dox that to myself. Okay, and what I've decided to do here, there's no production value, but we are going to all hold our
Oh,
score on a
sorry,
scale
I
of
got
1 to 10 up at the same time. That way, once we share our opinions about the movie, their original score will hold true. So,
wait. We're
okay,
scaled 1 to 10.
write out your score out of 10.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
use
1 through 10.
decimals.
Using Dustin.
Oh, I think the only thing is that the video is like flipped, but we'll just have to explain it. You guys ready? Whoa.
Yep. And for the
Okay.
audio listeners too.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3 at the same time.
I can't sequence 6.1, 62 out of 1.
6.2,
Terrible too. I'm
Brad,
so
you
Mine
sorry.
said
was
7 or
7.8. I
8?
didn't have the paper on me, so
7.8. Okay.
7.6,
6.2.
6.2. Okay, I said
6.2.
7.6. Sam was at a 7, just a flat
Mm-hmm.
7. He
Flat 7.
That's a strong no
Wow, I
decimal
get the
point
highest.
decision.
I hate math.
Quentin, you're the one that picked this one.
I did pick this one. I did have the
Yeah, I
lowest
want to
score.
hear. I want to hear why you picked it
Had you never
first
seen it
before we
before?
You said
go into
what?
it.
Had you never seen it before?
Correct. This was my first time watching it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did start it last week, and I got about halfway through, and I said, you know what, I'll just restart it if we're gonna make it the topic. Did I think the concept for the movie is good? Absolutely, especially because we don't in 2025 see a lot of like punk people, so to speak. And I'm sure they exist out there, but it's not as relatively known as like when it was first coming up in the scenes in the UK and out here, and it talks about that. Um, I did. Now, this you could probably say this in one of two ways. Around the 47-minute mark, the scene. We're doing spoilers, right? That's okay. The movie's been out for a while.
Spoiler alert.
It is
Spoiler.
a 30-year-old movie, I think.
Skip
Yes.
to this time in this podcast if you do not want to hear spoilers.
20 minutes and 50 seconds is a spoiler. No, so the 47-minute mark happens, right? And they have a little scuffle at one of their house parties. And it's like, oh, here's the reason why we fight so much in the anarchy world, and here's how like the flip side of it for war being commercialized and corporation run and governed. And then it's like, all in all, fighting just doesn't make sense, but it does for us. I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. At that point in the movie, it kind of feels like we lose a consistent train of thought, and maybe that was the intention, considering we have our main character start to lose a lot of his social group. We got Heroin Bob. He's like, hey man, I think Trisha's kind of cool. I want to date her. And we have Mark, the guy from Europe. He takes off. And so now it's kind of like we're seeing really how the punk lifestyle isn't sustainable. So what is Matthew Lillard's character left to do? Um, and now saying that out loud, shit, that actually kind of makes sense why they did it that way.
I think that's a really interesting point, and I had kind of the same thought of that. It felt so stream of consciousness, in part because Matthew Lillard is narrating it at the beginning, and I hadn't really thought a lot about whether it was him narrating it at the beginning of the movie, but then toward the end, I felt like this is him at the end now looking back at everything that has happened, and he is looking
Yeah.
back at like all of the things that he now looks at as stupid, and him being a poser, and him having these regrets. But it is all through his like stream of consciousness of all this happening, like the choppy edits, the cuts, the cool little editing quirks of having him like overlaid on a green screen as the rest of the scene is continuing. I thought were really cool, like stream of consciousness kind of style of filmmaking, which I liked.
I like the fade cuts a lot in like one scene. They just kept every single cut was a fade cut for like the last 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
Um yeah, I agree with everything what you said. One thing I didn't like too much was the Mark character playing such a prevalent role and then him just not
Disappearing.
there anymore. I thought for sure he was gonna come up in like a climactic role, which that was one of my main gripes with the movie is I did not like the main dramatic event that happens where heroin Bob overdoses. I just I, I guess it must be based on something or like I don't know. I guess I should have read into what it was written based on, but like it just seems so unnecessary for them to go to that depth. I mean, and also one thing, shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, but it just seemed too heavy. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say is that like in Orange County is like one of the landmark punk cultures, um, and the punk lifestyle is like honestly not. It is completely sustainable. Like there's also many threads of it too. Like I don't know. I felt like it was so one foot in and one foot out on the celebration of punk culture, which I thought was maybe the point of the movie, but it just wasn't. I didn't like the ending so much, like the last like 15 minutes.
I agree with that.
What do you think,
Brad.
Bradley? The highest
I
score?
enjoyed. Yeah, I'm surprised I had the highest score because I didn't like particularly, you know, like love it. I thought it was fine. But I texted Zach while I was watching it, like in the first 15 minutes, and was like, I'm very 50-50 on this movie. I did enjoy the fourth wall breaking narration aspect of Steve-O, Matthew Lillard's character. quite a bit throughout it. Where I mean, there would be scenes where the action is still going on in the scene around him, and he just turns and starts talking straight to the camera. Um, I did enjoy that. I thought Jason Segel was really good in it as well.
I
Uh,
agree.
Overall, I thought the cast did a good job. It just not really necessarily my type of movie though.
It was slice of life, and then the most like gut-wrenching thing to one of the best characters happens. I'm like, why if it's gonna be so slice of life, does it have to get that dramatic? Like he didn't have to accidentally take a bunch of pills like in a very seemed like a complete accident. I mean, he was a little bit sporadic that night and the vibes were off, but like I don't know, it's just like it was so
It seemed
sad.
out of character for him too. Well, it did seem out of character for him because they said at the beginning all he does is he smokes cigarettes and he
Well,
drinks.
he thought the pills were something else. He thought
He
it
thought it
was
was
like
a
it was just
painkiller
something for his headache
or
that he
vitamin
had.
or something.
That's what the person told him, was that it was just going to help him with his headache. Uh, yeah, he didn't know that he was basically taking oxy.
I mean, and so like the chances of that happening are so low. I do wonder if it is based on a true story, but like
Well, I mean, they were at
even
a rich
then,
party.
what?
They were at a rich kid party too.
Yeah. Uh, and then for that to be like the defining reason why he like disavows his whole like thesis throughout the entire movie, I'm like, what? I don't know. Yeah.
I think
Um,
part of it too is that the movie, to a certain extent, is about punk culture. To another extent, it is about them like trying to not, how to phrase it, like trying to avoid the difficult aspects of life, right? Like avoiding like his relationship with Sandy. He says like, oh, I knew that there was no like definitions or boundaries here, but he's like obviously full of shit because he did care about her, but he's tricking himself into thinking that he should not care and therefore he should not feel this pain and hurt. And I think the ending is kind of emblematic of that in a certain extent because it is him fully coming to terms with the fact that all of these decisions he's making, all of these things that are happening, do have consequences that hurt people, that hurt himself. And then that is the point where he goes and realizes that he is kind of a phony and decides to end up going to law school and, um, you know, doing something drastically different with his life. I do think it's a little bit of like hammering the point on the head to a certain extent, but I don't think I disliked it as much as you guys did.
I do agree that like the whole when you look at it in the totality of like the character's background before we even start the movie, it is subversive in that way that it's like, well, yeah, he is kind of faking it from the very beginning. Like,
Yeah,
um, but I guess it's sort of like a smack in the face, a bit like that. Like because you would hope that somebody could pave their own path and come to understandings about the world separate from the way that they're maybe just brought up. Um, but ultimately, that's not what happens in this movie. Probably more common than the other way around, I guess.
yeah,
I will say the soundtrack has inspired me to go look for more punk rock music outside of like pop punk type of jams. But yeah, that was definitely a highlight for me. Oh, the scene where it's Steve-O and Sandy in the park. And you kind of mentioned like the way they were doing jump cuts and then fade. All of the very distinct camera work that they did to kind of recreate an acid trip was very fun to watch.
That was a really interesting take on a trip, I thought. Different, because it's been done so many times. But they did it, I thought they did a pretty realistic to what the feeling might feel like.
Yeah,
Um, if somebody were to ever try any of that stuff. I,
because people might do that. Somebody
yeah,
out
I
there.
would think. I don't know.
I'm
This
just
is a
going off
clean
of
podcast.
yeah, yeah. We sit mud in this podcast. Um, Do we have any concluding thoughts that we would like to share? Otherwise, I would say that this was a good movie debrief, and we're excited to share our next watch for next week. But the floor is for you guys.
Yeah, I agree. The music was really good. Um, I like that style of music. Um, I would say the three strongest things are the casting, the performances, and the editing, and then the music too. Yeah,
Bonus round.
that's four things, I guess. But
That's your
I guess
Mount
you could put
Rushmore.
casting and performance together. But I just thought they picked
Yeah.
the people really well, and then they also all gave a great performance.
Who
I thought
was
the guy
that?
who played Mark was really good too.
Yeah,
Fuck, was fucking
What's
Peter.
his name?
Yeah, I don't remember the
The
dad.
German guy, right?
Oh yeah, Mark's the German dude.
Till Schweiger. His first scene that he was in, I was like, that's just German Matt Damon. Because I thought he was so good.
all right, good talk. Any other final thoughts?
Did you guys know they made a sequel to this movie back in 2016?
Did they?
I saw it pop up on the to be recommended
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. I didn't read anything about it, but I don't think I
next
like this movie
week
enough to watch
on
a
Mud
sequel,
Check.
but
Oh, this will become an SLC Punk podcast.
you know,
I don't
get
remember
really
what
into the
the other
Utah
topics were.
Jazz.
Hey, don't be a poser. No SLC.
You guys
Um,
excited for the? Are we moving on now?
yeah,
You guys excited for the NBA Finals? Got any NBA Finals hot takes?
Go Knicks.
Fuck your life. What?
I wanted Game 7 to happen so bad in Madison Square Garden,
I do want to
just
game
because it
Me
would have
seven.
too.
been pure cinema. But
Explain to
The
uh,
Knicks
me,
did not want that
as
to
a
happen.
non-basketball person, why they fired Thibodeau.
I think that the roster kind of is what it is, and they can't really like make a huge move to move off of Jalen Brunson or Karl Anthony Towns. Thibodeau's been known for like running his guys into the ground, playing them too many minutes, not playing his bench guys enough, which resulted in like the injuries that happened last year and the year before. So I think they just kind of feel like they've run their course with Thibodeau, and it's a better shot for them to go with someone else. I've also heard Knicks fans complain about his like offensive schemes in the playoffs. He doesn't make a lot of substitutions. He doesn't, you know, break down the offense and kind of like reset with a timeout or things like that, or make adjustments. I don't watch enough Knicks games to really see if that's bullshit or not, but that I think is the basis for it. It's just easier to fire a coach and blame him than it is to like change the whole roster, which I think is most of what the Knicks are going for.
they should hire me.
They should.
I
Oh
feel
Lord.
like I
They
could
should
coach
hire
basketball.
Quentin because then you can get some experience for when you
Which
coach
is
those kids this summer.
Dude,
already a podcaster to head coach pipeline in the NBA right now.
True.
And he
I'm
was a
just
great fucking coach. So that can follow in his footsteps.
hey, dog, I'm just saying
Yes.
Knicks are right here. Corona kids right here, man.
Dude, so you signed up to coach a team?
I did. Actually my my first practice with them is on Sunday at Corona High. So that'll be pretty fun.
Are you the head
I'm,
coach?
I am. I,
Oh, that's
I
sweet.
I have an assistant coach, which is kind of
Which
weird.
division is it?
I'm doing high school. I'm not actually. I didn't get to do the middle school
Oh, damn.
groupings. Reason being, pref- Brandon Wells is the guy that runs NJB.
Head
He's the
up,
director
Brandon.
of the program. Shout out, Coach Brandon. Um, no, he was talking to me. He said that the kids on the high school teams, he wants them to have more like guidance than he does like actually fundamentals. Um, and he said that would be a good fit if I squeeze myself in there. Um, but yeah, no, I'm still gonna be. What's up? Choice of words. Squeeze myself in there.
It'd be a good fit, yeah.
I'm not taking it back. I'm not taking it back.
I wasn't
Oh,
gonna laugh at all, but Bradley, that timing was so funny.
um, but yeah, no, it starts on Sunday. Very excited for it. Sam Hashemi obviously has knowledge of the game that I will be going to the council for. So yeah, yes sir. I'm gonna get
That is
dunked on
sweet,
by a
man.
16-year-old. I'm not ready for that.
I
I
can't wait to
watched
go to the
most of the
games.
first season of Winning Time, so
You trying to hop in?
what?
I said, you trying to hop in? I'll put you in a small forward. I know you. I know you're scrappy.
I can be like Pat Riley, dude. I
You'd pass for a 17-year-old.
I'll be like that guy in that hockey video I sent you, Zach.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was really bad.
Like a 25-year-old dude posing as like an 11-year-old or something. Like
15 year
playing
I was 15, but
15. Okay,
yeah.
playing
Yeah.
youth hockey in France, I think, and he just
That's crazy.
absolutely like destroyed a kid. Like just skated straight into him. Set the kid free.
Full elbow. It was
Oh,
really bad. He got caught. Dude,
He's going to
that
jail.
guy, yeah, yeah, he's definitely going to jail.
there's a car
Um,
in my house. Who are you?
I
Sorry,
Remember?
I'm like,
think the NBA Finals will be Oklahoma City.
I
I
agree.
think it'll be a good matchup though. Both teams are very playing very well. And playing like up, not not just surviving. They were seemed like they were kind of thriving um towards the end. The Pacers, I mean, they gave up the 3-1 game, but like they still won it in six. So yeah. What about you, Sam? Who do you think's gonna win?
I think Oklahoma City. I think it'll be like 5 or 6. I think like you said, Pacers are really good, and they play at such a fast pace that they'll probably steal a game or two. But Oklahoma City just has so much. It's I
Dude,
think
Hartenstein is such a
so much.
good freaking piece on that team. He is so he plays like he's like um 400 pounds,
Yeah,
but he's smaller than that. Plays like Zach Fisher would play.
hell yeah, brother.
Zach,
From
you got
downtown.
to come out to pick up with us again.
True,
Golf
tomorrow.
harnessing skills
What are we doing
tomorrow. Yeah.
tomorrow, fellas?
I'll
Bradley,
come out tomorrow.
why don't you come down on Wednesday, man?
What
Why don't you come down on Wednesday
for what
for basketball?
this Wednesday?
Yeah, like tomorrow.
I can't. I got plans.
You're usually off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, right?
Wednesdays and Thursdays. Yeah.
Wednesdays. Oh, hey. So next week, are you gonna have plans?
Uh, when do we leave? Is it next week? The what's today?
No,
The
we have all next
we have,
week
we have next
in
week still.
this fraud country still.
Oh, that's actually a good. Or do we want to postpone recording, or do you guys want to record
No, we're
from?
doing an episode while we're there.
We can do a short one, I think,
Yeah.
probably.
Nice.
Maybe like 20 minutes. Catch up. I'll show you the monkeys on our
I think we'll
balcony.
be ahead 1 or 2 hours. I don't remember if it's one or two.
That's not too bad.
So it'll be like 9 o'clock our time.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you guys this story about what happened to me on Sunday. So that was June 1st, and it was Pride night, and I'd been out there for improv class, and then I got invited to like go down to the thing for my homie Haley, and
Shout out Haley.
we shout out to Haley.
Uh,
Um, she had said she had just met and seen one of our old friends from middle school named Zach Delgado. Shout out Zach Delgado. And Quentin,
I
you know
remember
who I'm
that
talking about?
guy.
Yes, yes. Okay, so was a fantastic singer and musical performer.
That's
Okay.
true.
So she's like talking about him, and then I think that we're now going to the next location to meet Zach Delgado. And then um it turns out the person that we're meeting was somebody completely different, but I thought, thought they were somebody but I had met this person too. This person I had like met them a couple times, but they were wearing sunglasses and it was in like a crowded bar. And I was talking to them like I've met them maybe twice in my life and do not know them very well. And I was like, they're like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, hey, it's been so long since I've seen you. Like, how are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it has been so long since I've seen you." Like, but it was not who it really was. And then I was asking him like a bunch of like questions, like I knew him. Like, man, what are you up to these days? Like, what are you doing? Which he didn't clue in because it's like close enough to like being a normal conversation too. And I never said his name the other way. And so it went on for like three separate conversations, a solid 20 minutes before I was like, I realized because he said that he like DJ'd and then I had seen him do it already. Like I had that's how I knew him. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you DJ? That's crazy." So I seemed like a total asshole. Uh and so that was a really fun experience. And I had not drank a single drop of alcohol, by the way. Everyone else was drunk but me. So
It's like when you called Nolan Logan over text the other day.
ally. That's actually why I remembered it too, because I remembered I did that too. Yeah.
It's a pretty funny story, Zach.
Thank you for listening. Thank you
So,
for being here for that.
are you friends with that guy now?
Honestly, I feel a lot closer to him after going through that experience because I was just like at the end of that, I was like, "Hey man, I gotta lay it out on the table. Here's exactly what happened. I haven't seen this person in 8 years, and you kind of look like him. So I like thought that's just what you looked like after middle school, like, or to what he looked like rather. You know what I mean? Um, and he was
I think it's
super nice. He was super chill. Like so it was that's why it was just kind of funny, but he it yeah. Yeah.
I think
What,
He
we've
was
got
I
to
nice.
see
think it is
pictures of
it,
both these people to decide for ourselves whether or not this was a excusable mistake.
maybe,
You'll
but I think
see.
it's a very good move to tell him what had happened. That you
so
Yeah.
withstood those two guys.
Well, it got to the point where it was like egregious and I put two and two together and I was like, "Oh, this is very mean what I'm saying right now. Like I don't know this person who's I've been I've yeah. Um they do
I
look
just would have
alike.
played it off. I would
I
never
feel
have
like
admitted to it.
I'm gonna be vindicated. Okay, so this is my homie from middle school. Don't
I
know if
see
I can
two
get it to
white
It's
focus.
lines.
super
Yeah.
washed out. You
Okay,
may just
maybe
have
I'll
to text us these
yeah,
screenshots.
I'll text you. I'll text you a screenshot right now so you guys can see, and then I may superimpose it or I may not based on how comfortable I am doing that.
You're gonna dox these people
Yeah,
now.
I don't really want to do that.
what's the last four of their social? I need that.
Um, okay, here. I'll give you the last word. Have you guys ever done anything like that?
One time, back when I like first grew my beard, I posted a photo to Instagram, uh, and then so I knew two people named Joseph. One was a guy I went to high school with named Joseph. You guys know him as well. Weird dude. One was a coworker I had named Joseph who had a beard, a great beard. So I saw that someone named Joseph swiped up on my story and complimented me and was like, "Hey, the beard looks great." And I was like, "Thanks." Like, it was inspired by you telling me to grow it out. And so the Joseph that was kind of weird that I went to high school with and uh, did not have a beard responded because that's the one who swiped up when I thought it was the other Joseph.
Oh,
Is this
And he
the
was like,
Joseph I'm
"I
thinking
don't
it
have a."
is?
This is the Joseph you're thinking it is. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
I hope he's a listener.
I have no idea whether that guy's still alive or not.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to be a brain
But
surgeon.
Hell
hey,
yeah.
maybe he is.
I hope not.
it's entirely possible. It's entirely, honestly, more than likely.
I saw him at Walgreens.
Did you really?
No, I don't.
No.
No, I didn't.
Would have
So
been funny if he did.
I had a situation that happened at work recently. It's not similar to what Zach and Sam experienced, but I think it's one I need to address. Where one of my coworkers and I were eating in the break room that we have in one of our areas, and in the break room, there's two locker rooms on either side of the building, and the way the locker rooms are set up, like right when you walk in the door to the locker room, there's a restroom stall right there. So most people, if they go in to use those restroom stalls, they just close the door to the locker room when they go in, along with the door to the restroom stall, because right outside of the locker room is where people are taking their breaks, eating their lunch and stuff. So while we're eating our lunch there, this other guy who we know, but doesn't work like in our area, he comes in, uh, walks in, goes to the restroom, doesn't close the locker room door first of all, which already a little bit weird because now you're just like 5 feet away from us peeing and we can hear it while we're eating lunch. Um, and then he finishes up and then comes out of the stall and just walks right out,
No,
Oh, well, he's
no, he
gross.
can't do that.
right
Yeah.
in front of us, right in front of us.
People like that need to be taken into rooms and sat down.
You you gotta kill that guy.
There was
Yeah.
no sound of a sink or a flush.
That's a public health issue. You just gotta
Oh
kill
yeah,
that
that's
guy.
that's a good question. No, no flush at all.
Oh no, there was a flush. There was a flush, yeah. Uh, but
Jeez.
but yeah, no
Okay.
no sink, no
No
sink stop.
sink. That's yeah. No, man, flush and sink.
Oh, you thought
Which
it
it's
was
like,
a
well then,
flush.
okay, he flushed. I don't see what's wrong. I don't understand the problem.
Remind me not to shake your hand anytime soon.
Hey, dude, you spilled some chocolate pudding on your hand. Oh, I didn't have
Yeah,
any pudding today.
yeah. No, when I left the break room, I made sure to grab a paper towel to open the door with because he touched that on the way out.
This is true. So hold on. Do you really think that he put like? I'm just saying that some people do this. You know, not particularly me. You don't really need your hands to kind of. You just, you know, you know.
Yeah, but you're opening the stall door. So at bare minimum there is that level of like bacterial contact.
I mean,
That
I'm not
enough is
saying.
like sufficient to need to wash your hands, I
And
think.
at bare minimum, even if you don't normally do it, which you should, if there's other people around watching this happen,
Yeah,
wash your hands.
kind of a power move though. If he knew people were watching,
Complete power move.
I'm
Complete
just
power
fucking
move.
saying. Like, but the other
Wow.
thing is, why don't we wash our hands before we use the bathroom? Because if
That's
you
what I
No,
do.
do,
that's actually my coworker asked me that, where she was like, I would think it would actually like guys would want to wash their hands before going to the bathroom too.
absolutely.
And I was like, I've never considered that.
You've
I
never
Sometimes
suppose
I do that.
considered that.
I
South Park maybe
suppose
consider.
well, I suppose like if I was in a situation where my hands were like, if I had just been touching something disgusting and then I was about to go to the bathroom right afterwards, then yes, I would go wash my hands first and then do it. But like I'm not walking into every bathroom I go into, washing my hands and then doing my business and then washing my hands again.
I try to as much as possible. As
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like maybe my hands are just dirty all the time, but like
Oh, but see that
there's a
if
necessity to it pretty frequently.
my hands are
Like
dirty, I'm
if I've been
washing them.
touching railing or like stuff like that,
I'm big on
yeah,
like hand texture, so if my hands feel the slightest bit dirty, I will wash first before I, do the rest of my bathroom stuff.
Do you guys like using hand sanitizer? You guys keep a little pocket
No.
sanitizer? No, okay.
I have some in my car because I like it after
Hate
like the
hand
gas
sanitizer.
station.
I keep some in my car. Yes.
Yeah, I have like the little pump just like in my door.
Yeah.
Hand
Oh,
sanitizer just dries out my hands too much.
it
No.
dries out your hands, and then you got to have lotion too. So what if you don't have lotion?
I hate the texture. I cannot stand the texture or the smell of it whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really,
I get too
Yeah.
many like cuts on my hands and stuff, and then it gets in my
Yeah,
chest.
that too.
COVID must have been torturous in many forms for you specifically,
I
Sam.
was.
I'm
I
sorry
stayed
for that.
indoors to it.
I do have something I want to propose. So this was going to be one of the topics I wanted to bring up. I'm glad we actually brought up basketball. However, this requires a little bit of studying. So if you guys don't mind, I want to talk about it next week. You guys are familiar with the franchise Pokemon, right?
I mean,
Yes.
So
I'm aware of its
Very
existence.
familiar, yes.
very familiar. That's what I'm talking about. I
Shout out Grovyle.
I would like to shout out Grovile. Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, let's jump into that first. If you are between the ages of 21 and 45 and you identify as a woman in America and you hate Grovile, fuck you. I'm just going to put that out there. Okay? If that's you, log off right now. You're not a mutter. But anyway, what I was going to say before my camera falls again
Have you been
is
personally hurt by someone recently? Like,
I actually have been, is the thing.
Taco Talk Simon.
I matched
Um,
with this girl on Hinge a while ago. She says the first like opener, and she asked me what my favorite Pokemon is. Um, and I say, or no, sorry, her profile said that she liked Pokemon, so I asked her what her favorite Pokemon is, and she says Sylveon, which is cute, girly,
oh, this
Fine
fish.
cat sort of
pick.
thing.
It's a fine pick.
Fine pick, fine pick. She asked me for mine. I say Grovyle, and she immediately unmatches me. Uh, which I think is
Oh
odd
my
because why would
gosh.
Grovyle justify that sort of reaction?
Right. I like the most busted fairy type in the game. Yeah, of course you do, dumb bitch. All right.
honestly,
You know
that's
what?
kind of a power move by her, though.
We can't support that though. She did
I
that
mean,
to our
it's a bad
poor.
opinion. I agree that it is a strong choice, which I respect, but
Mhm.
the opinion and the justification for why she's doing it, because Grovyle is a cool Pokemon.
Yes.
I would for
Grovyle
sure
is a
not
cool
say my
Pokemon.
favorite. I would absolutely not say my favorite,
Hey,
but
hey, hey, hey,
a
So
hey!
fine
what's your
You got
pick
favorite?
something against
nonetheless.
Grovyle?
What's your favorite?
I mean, I wouldn't even put him in my top 25, honestly. There's way better Pokemon.
Fuck you, Zach.
Zach,
See, another strong choice.
did you make a hinge and catfish Sam? Is this you?
Yeah, this has been all a damn setup.
Yeah.
We just needed some podcast content.
Oh, I forgot why I brought that up. No,
Wait, that
basketball.
wasn't why you brought it up?
That was not why I brought it up. No, I had some. So I fuck. I was reading something about like all the stuff with finals happening while I was playing the TCG Pocket game. And I thought to myself, what would be a good starting five of Pokemon for an NBA team?
Ooh, good
Yeah.
question.
Now, and I will send a little screenshot of my notes app, but basically, like, no Gigantamax, no Dynamax, no Mega Evolutions. It's just basics or evolutions. And you do consider abilities and move sets, but move sets that can only be learned, not TMs or HMs. So, like,
Do you
my
consider base stats?
and base stats, yes, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Did we build one together? Or Quentin, you already have one?
I already have my
Or
team.
like each of us are picking a starting five, and then
Brother,
we
I can't even name
duke it
5
out.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that to my best
By,
ability
by
right
next
now.
week. No, no, not right now. By next week.
Oh, okay, yeah. We can. I would be down to research that and do a full presentation and comparison
Let's fucking
on
go.
another episode.
Let's
That's
do
a
it.
really
Let's
good
do it.
idea. Bradley, you'll
Cool.
just have to go based on vibes and photos of them.
You're gonna have to find a girl that likes Pokemon and use this as an excuse to talk to them.
Yeah, man, there's such a large supply.
Any Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah, literally. Walk inside of like a TCG shop, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Can we
there
do?
won't be.
Can we?
My other idea for screen share content was to do tic tac toe, but with the like baseball slash basketball immaculate grid. But I don't know how to share my screen to do that.
That would be cool. I'm sure there's a way we can figure that
Wait,
out.
what do you mean tic tac toe, though?
Like you and Zach play tic tac toe on the immaculate grid, as in like
Oh,
you choose one of the categories. If you're right,
Mm.
then you get the point for that. Then it goes to Zach, and then we go that way. And then Quinn and I can do basketball since we know basketball better than baseball.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you only get a limited number of guesses, though. So, like for the
I think
full
it's
game. So,
unlimited.
like, if you get it wrong,
I wonder
you're
if you
like
can change
down.
it.
I want to see if your
Yeah.
nostrils
There
grab
might be
me.
a
What? You want to rub
tic-tac-toe
my nostrils?
specialized version.
Yeah, show me your
Let me
nose.
see if I can find that.
Yeah. Yeah, let me lick you. Let me lick you. That
Is
was
this,
all.
is this what the viewers want?
This is
That is wonderful.
this is now an OF video.
Let
That
me
is
see.
just great. I'm finding this screenshot specifically and I'm making it the thumbnail for the video.
Make that a YouTube short. That'll get the
Just
views.
that. Just
This
10
guy knows
seconds.
mud.
Pump those numbers up, baby.
The next meme.
You got it. Anything else you guys want to
What
discuss?
were we
Oh,
talking about?
I don't remember.
Pokemon basketball.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Pokemon
Oh,
basketball,
I
yeah.
think
the immaculate
I
grid thing.
think
Yeah,
we
I
should
mean,
ask.
I do like that idea. It's just,
Red, yeah.
yeah, it's just sucks the way
Yeah, I
like
guess
you
you
only
guys will
get a
just have
max
to
of
like
9 guesses.
you'll have to get it
You have,
right each time.
yeah, I guess. But see, but
Can't get it
that's also
wrong.
not the way I play immaculate grid. Like I try to get the most uncommon answers. I want to get the lowest score. Maybe
So it's
that's
not
what we
just
should
about
do.
you can play twice. Oh, well, I guess you would know the answers for that day. It's a daily thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should like match up on immaculate grid and see who can get the lowest score.
Okay. I'm not familiar with Immaculate Grid, just to be honest.
It's like it'll give you like usually like three teams on the left side and then three teams on the top side, and then you have to match like for example, Lakers here, Celtics here, who played for both the Lakers and the Celtics.
Oh, got it. Okay,
That sort of
cool.
thing.
At least the baseball one
Or
will
sometimes it'll
have
be
like
like certain
yeah.
stats like if you've averaged this number of points or had this many blocks in your career, things like that. And then same for baseball as well, but just with baseball stats.
Like RBI and some AVG. Oh, I can get
Uh,
down with that. I know some baseball words.
you say
Yes.
AVG?
Average.
Like average. Yeah. Yeah, that guy gets it. Not ABG. I do love those though too.
I heard ABG.
I also heard ABG.
You know what's really good content? Explaining how to play immaculate grid.
I completely agree. I thought that was wonderful. Um,
Welcome
let's
back to
do
the
what we
Immaculate
do
Grid
on every
Bowl.
episode. Let's do what we do on every episode and ask, what are your final remarks for this week?
Let's fucking go.
I had a whole list of topics and we only got to one of them.
Okay, that's good. That's a good thing. Those just need to be loaded up like freaking bullets
Mm-hmm.
in the clips in case we get off topic. That means that we, at least for an hour, didn't go burn through that many different things. It's pretty good. Anybody else?
I mean, I
Is that
would.
your final remark?
My
Yeah, yeah.
my final remark is Free Palestine.
Oh yeah.
My final remark is tune in next week for Q's Snow Bunny Mount Rushmore pick.
Yes. That I can't wait for personally.
So those are this week's topic. Sorry.
My final remark is go out and catch a movie with your friends because the movies are awesome.
Yes, sir.
And I love you if you're still watching right now.
Hands up for the love.
Okay, good job, everybody.
Cool.